You guys ready for your next talk? Yeah. Welcome to the stage, Dr. Freitag. Yeah.
Now, Adrian mentioned that he wished he had done drugs so he'd have better jokes. I've done almost all the drugs, and my jokes still suck. I love the fall because I get to dress like a mid-30s divorcee who lives in the Pacific Northwest. I get to watch my kids out on the lawn, sip my tea, with a little bit of vodka in there because my husband never loved me. I think about getting kidnapped at least 2 or 3 times a week. It'd be really easy to figure out my schedule. I get 2 weeks of someone stalking me, and they know the perfect time to get me. It's Friday, 11:30 p.m. when I leave the gym. It's dark, there's no lights, I'm usually there alone, and I'll be too tired to fight you. That being said, I'm leaving the gym at 11:30 p.m. on a Friday night. Like, go ahead and kidnap me. I obviously need some excitement in my life. I think this all started though, like, as a kid, I feel like I was actively trying to get kidnapped. I went to a science fair with my dad, and we were walking around checking out the science, and I went to point something out that I thought was cool, and I grabbed his hand back from being real quick. We're walking around for about a half hour, and then I go to tell him something, and I look up, and I'm like, my dad doesn't have a beard. My dad doesn't have glasses. I don't think that's my dad. And I must have squeezed his hand in a panic because then I got to watch him look down in horror at the fact that he had just walked around somebody else's kid for the past 30 minutes. And it's kind of funny because, like, at any point he could have just lifted me up under his arm and carried me off, and I would have just gone with it. Growing up, I played baseball and football, and the coaching strategies in those 2 sports is vastly different. Like in baseball, they're super supportive and nice. And they'll be like, oh, good swing, bud, or you'll get it next time. Football, not so sweet. Why the fuck did you miss your pass out there? Quit crying, you little baby. I remember one time my coach grabbing me by the pads, spit, hitting me in the face. He's pointing over to this kid on the other team named Fat Joe by all the players, coaches, and parents. And he goes, you got to put that fat hog on his ass. And even me as a 9-year-old was like, that's a little harsh to call a 9-year-old with a weight problem. But then Fat Joe put his arms up like this, and then just fell on top of me, so like, fuck that kid. I also played soccer growing up. Playing soccer are very loose terms. To my understanding, playing soccer was running by the crowd and just like waving and smiling. While all the other kids were like going out there kicking and passing and trying to get goals, I was hamming up with the crowd, like waving and being like, oh, look at me, look at me. And I know I didn't do anything else because my coach, my dad, told me I'd get ice cream if I get an assist or a goal, and I got nothing. Could you imagine signing up your kid for like a competitive youth soccer league, and then he sits on the bench for the entire season because the coach's chubby, theatrical kid wants to do his own little play, and the coach deals with it because he doesn't want to listen to him crying on the way home? I'd be pissed. So since my body ages like milk, I can't really do sports anymore. I actually tried with some coworkers, and I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I want to start picking up dancing. They do something over at like the Iron Man Vineyard, and I realized at the age of 27, if I was ever invited to a wedding, all I could break out was like the robot, or like the whip, or like the sprinkler. Yeah, some of you fuckers out there thought I was going to do this. But no, that's my sprinkler, and you have to pull it around the yard, and you always end up with brown spots. I like to work out. I'm a big guy, if you can't tell. And I was looking up new exercises, and it seems like a lot are named after like Eastern Bloc countries. Like you have your Bulgarian split squat, you have your Romanian deadlift. So I thought up of some exercises for the good old USA. You got your Big Mac bicep curl, so you get the Big Mac, you can get the Big Mac. You got the tricep pull down the middle class, just a normal tricep pull down, but the middle class won't get anywhere. And then my favorite, you got the excessive force lunge. You gotta get down, stay on the ground, stay on the ground. And for a little bit of cardio, you can add in some punches. Really get it in there. I don't just like working out, I'm a personal trainer. And I lead our youth fitness programs at my gym, and one of my kids recently told me that he's a fan of Star Wars, so he was instantly my favorite student, immediately. And then, he told me his favorite Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi, and he was dead to me. If he thinks Rian Johnson's slow but not so furious Star Wars movie is better than Empire Strikes Back, he deserves to have the other kids pelt balls at him until class is over. We are an original trilogy group only. With how open and honest my kids are, because they tell me everything and it's weird and it's just not what I want to know, I don't know why my generation sucks at communicating so much. All we do really is text and like Facebook Messenger, and like if somebody calls, they better be dead or dying. And like face-to-face fills me with even more dread. Like I recently found myself just giving myself a high five because I introduced myself to the bartender at the bar. Like what a normal person would do. But that's like literally one of the goals I set for myself every day, is to introduce myself to someone new. I like to keep my goals small. I don't understand why people do all these lofty goals, like I want to lose 20 pounds in a month, or I want to learn Spanish. You're going to give up after the week and you're going to stress eat because of it. Like to keep small, like I said, like put your pants on. All right, we're doing good. Don't get kidnapped. John, you are crushing this morning. And the punchline is missing. Yeah, I'll skip that, whatever. I'd lastly like to leave you guys off with a great philosophical question that has probably been whirled over for the ages. Why can our bodies taste spicy on the way out, but not sweet? Like, why do I have to feel the burn of a habanero a second time when all I really want is a sweet kiss of a Twinkie? My name is John Freitag, that's my name.